What's up everyone, my name is Nat and in this video I'm going to talk you through my minimal desk setup for 2022. I'm going to go through what's on my desk, how much everything cost and talk a little bit more about why I chose each item. So before September last year I never really needed a dedicated workspace, but I changed jobs from working full-time as a microbiologist in a lab to now working from home on a permanent basis. As a result, I needed to create a desk setup that worked for my home needs. Working from home full-time meant that I really wanted to create a workspace that I was happy in and I felt productive when sitting down to work. After doing a lot of research online, countless hours watching other people's desk setups on YouTube, and spending a lot of time scrolling through a ridiculous amount of Pinterest boards, I finally settled on this setup. Just to know, all of the products featured in this video I did personally buy myself, so all the opinions are my own and this video is not sponsored. So every desk setup needs a base and I went with the ever popular IKEA Calby worktop sat on top of a duo set of Alex drawers. Now I know what you're thinking, I know this setup has been done to death, but ever since I first saw it, I really like the look of it, and even though I shopped around and had a look at some other types of desks, I was always brought back to this combo, and I do think that it gives a real clean and minimal look. The Calby worktop, as some of you may already know, is actually designed to be a kitchen surface, so because of that it is very heavy and very sturdy, but it's also really well made. I went for it in this walnut finish, and I think that it gives a really lovely vibe to the office. In terms of cleanability, well, it's really durable and really easy to clean. You can just spray it with water and give it a wipe with a microfiber cloth. The combination with the Alex drawers means that I have 10 spaces where I can hide all of my clutter and keep the desk surface looking really clean and minimal. I must admit, when I first set the office space up, I did kind of just chuck every single thing that I owned into the desk drawers with no real regard for organisation, but I have since been back and tidied the drawers and organised them a bit using some organisers that I got from IKEA, and I think now the drawers are looking real good. I've even labelled them using my Dymo label maker to make sure that I know what's in each drawer. Another great advantage to the drawers is that you can hide all of the cables and all of the clutter around the back. As for my chair, I chose to stick with IKEA and I've gone for the Marcus in Vessel Grey. I've loved this chair since I first saw it a few years back and I knew that I wanted to buy it. It's a really beautiful chair and it's extremely comfy. I've been sitting in it every single day for the past 7 months and I haven't had any issues. It's got great lumbar support with a high back and also has adjustability for height and also tilt. So let's move on to what's on the desk. And for my daily drivers, I have a dual laptop setup. For work, I use the Asus ExpertBook 15-inch, which was provided for me by my work. And I also use the 13-inch base model MacBook Pro. It's the 2019 version with Touch Bar that I have added a dbrand skin to give it this matte black look. I don't use the laptop for any video editing or anything heavy. I generally only use it for day-to-day tasks like checking my emails, browsing the web and listening to music. For my display, I couldn't really decide between a 27-inch, a 32-inch or an ultra-wide monitor, but in the end I chose this LG 27-inch 4K monitor. The thought process behind this was that I could potentially buy a second monitor and have the similar setup that the ultra-wide provides. I know this means that there's a bezel down the middle, but it gives me an option in the future. I really love this monitor with its simplistic design and slim bezels. It has a 99% sRGB colour gamut, and because it's 4K, the quality is amazing. It has an array of ports on the back, including a USB-C that's capable of charging my MacBook, transferring data and also displaying the content. And rather than using the stand that comes with the monitor, I chose this monitor arm from Ergear. For my keyboard and mouse, I've gone with the Logitech MX Master series with the MX Master 3 mouse and the MX Master keys. Both keyboard and mouse are absolutely fantastic. The functionality and overall connectivity availability is just superb. Both keyboard and mouse can connect with a single USB dongle, and they also have Bluetooth connection if you prefer. On the keyboard, it's designed for both Mac and Windows, which means that the labeling of the keys suits both operating systems. And you can easily switch between 3 different devices using the device hotkey buttons, which is great for me as I use both Windows, Mac and occasionally like to connect my iPad too. This is the same across the mouse, so you can also connect to the same 3 devices with ease. As for the mouse, it's super comfortable and really ergonomic too. The functional side buttons and horizontal scroll wheel make working a breeze. The battery life on these is pretty great too. I think I've only charged the mouse once and the keyboard maybe a handful of times in the 7 months that I've owned them. And both keyboard and mouse are sat on top of this grey desk felt pad that I got from Etsy. I chose this one as it's got no branding or labelling, so it looks super clean. It helps to provide an extra bit of added comfort for my wrists while I'm typing. It has got a little bit bobbly around where I use the mouse, and it has worn a little bit quicker than I would have liked it to, so I might need to replace this with a better quality one in the near future. For my speakers, I went with the Kanto U2s, and these are accompanied with the S2 stands as well. These speakers are incredible for the price, and I think that they're probably the best speakers that I've ever had as part of a desk setup. They've got a really small form factor, but they've got excellent bass and treble, and by no means am I an audiophile, but they definitely sound amazing. As for the other accessories on my desk, I'm using an Echo Dot as my smart speaker. I've got a pair of AirPods Pro that I often use if I want to focus on certain tasks, and I've also been using the TP-Link Mesh Wi-Fi system. This is great for connectivity and allows my devices to stay connected to the internet without any dropout and solid connection throughout the working day. I also have a pen pot that's actually meant to be a toothbrush holder. Overall, I am really pleased with my setup. I think I've created an aesthetic that I really love, and the vibe in here is great for working from day to night. If you've enjoyed this video, then thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more content in the future. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.